everybody, welcome back to Barbara's Den. The first the first minute into this video, I got disgusted. First of all, they're talking about Charlamagne the God went viral after tweeting this serious message today. And the message I understand is about, let's go back to what they said Charlamagne said. Which I think is, why in the world are black women out there trying to stop all this shooting? Why are black men on here saying the dumbest shit ever? I'm like, really? Okay, there it go. Click it. Stop it. Now, it says, Charlamagne tweeted. Guess it's a tweet. Yeah. Tweeted. More than 40 million people have filed for unemployment. My daughter being one of them. Because she was back and forth between several jobs. And she got hired at this school supply place. And 2 weeks into the job, she got laid off because the school's closed. So she gets unemployment. U.S. unemployment rate the worst since the Depression era. People been home for months waiting for a $1,200 stimulus check. I got my $1,200 stimulus check. My husband got his. My son got his. My daughter with unemployment got hers. My other daughter worked a little bit. Couldn't really work because she was pregnant and it was such a rough pregnancy. She got hers. My other son got his. But it went to his baby mama. Because he was like $400 behind. Between getting let go and finding a job and finally got one and and trying to and catching up that child support. None of these people are out looting. They're in their homes doing what they're supposed to do. Paying off bills, paying bills and working. And tending the business. They're not out there, as these crazy people say, of course they going to loot. America so clueless to this plight of the poor. Buy Charlamagne and buy Hip Hop Uncensored. That's the craziest thing I ever heard, and it's a straight up lie. What make you think 40 million people is out looting? From what I see, they're all white people with just a handful of black men, mostly looting. So my thing is this. While black women are out there yelling at these young white people, burning down the black community, knocking windows out of the stores, and another black girl yelling at these young white women, spray painting Black Lives Matter on the windows, and they black and white women looting stores. Y'all sitting online talking about the 40 million unemployed is the one looting. The 40 million unemployed are the poor. A lot of these unemployed people are not poor. My daughter's not poor. Neither one of them is poor. My son is not poor. We are not poor. You went from middle class to, I guess, lower class. Because middle class became, now, way back then, if you made $50,000 a year, that was middle class. So they told us. Then Obama runs for president, and they tell us, then what is woman name? Ran for president. This crazy lady. She lived next door to Russia. She says 150,000 is middle class. I said, okay, we don't make nowhere near that, so what are us? I guess we are, because we're not poor. We buying our property. A couple of years it'll be paid for. It's not sooner. My husband still works. So a lot of these people that got this $1,200 are not unemployed people. Some of them are unemployed, like one of my son and my daughter, and the other one and the two daughters. They're unemployed, but they are not. They got their $1,200. Stimulus check. They're not out looting. So why in the world, why the black women are out there yelling at these white people for looting and vandalizing, spray painting black businesses? These black men sit online talking about 40 million people filed for unemployment, and the unemployment rate is the worst since the Depression, according to Charlemagne. And people been home for months waiting for a $1,200 stimulus check. Nobody sitting at home waiting for no $1,200 stimulus check, because the unemployed people sitting at home is getting the PUA check. Payment, I think it's payroll unemployment assistance. Unemployment assistance. That's what they're getting. That's what the 40 million unemployed are getting. And they're getting a $1,200 stimulus check. They're not sitting home. Now my daughter has time to build her business. My son has time to build his business with his $1,200. My other son, he has a job. He getting pay or whatever. He get his. He went to the baby mama. He can build his business. My thing is, I cannot believe black men sit up on here and say this. The dude in the corner over there with the big microphone. Look how he holding his face. I cannot believe he sit there and say out of his mouth what he said. You can look at this and see what this man said. It's the most disgusting thing I ever heard. Really. So let me scroll this off of there.
Because I was told I had to stay home.
Told her he had to stay home. This dude over here. Now look how he looking at him. The one in the yellow and the red hat. Look how he looking at that dude over there. Lord, boy, we look crazy talking about these people. Just take a good look at that. And the one in the middle looking down. I don't know who funding these people podcasts, but it's the craziest thing on the planet for these people to come out their mouth and say what they said. Really? Instead of they out there protecting black businesses, they sitting on here lying on 40 million people who are getting unemployment check. You got some that don't get no unemployment, like my son. They lied and all kind of things. That is the one that's trying to do his business. He's been doing it for a while. His internet graphic designing business. He had a hard time trying to get it going. So I'm trying to do it for years. So if he can get that mindset back and keep rolling. Because sometimes when you got your business and you don't have such a hard time and you don't get to your lowest and you trying to figure it out, it's hard to see your way back up. But he will. But for these three men, they sit up on there and say what they said about 40 million people is crazy. I'm like, really? So the black women are out there on the front lines defending black businesses, yelling at these young white people, looting. They're the ones that's looting. They're the one that's burning down the black businesses, knocking out the windows, spray painting Black Lives Matter on the window. I'm like, really? Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel. Like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.